About 1 in 5 inmates in federal prison are foreign-born, and more than 90% of those are in the United States illegally, according to a report released on Thursday by the Trump administration, which has sought to highlight the dangers it says unauthorized immigrants pose to public safety. Officials at the Justice Department and the Department of Homeland Security quickly framed the statistics as evidence that the country needed stricter anti-immigration measures, particularly the wall President Trump has pushed to erect across the southern border. The report arrives as the White House and Republicans in Congress insist that any legislative deal to restore legal protections for young immigrants who were brought to the country illegally as children must include more restrictions on legal and illegal immigration at the border and in communities across America. Our citizens are being victimized by illegal aliens who commit crimes, the Attorney General, Jeff Sessions, said in a statement on Thursday, calling on Congress to pass Mr. Trump's immigration agenda. The simple fact is that any offense committed by a criminal alien is ultimately preventable. Administration officials have repeatedly emphasized what it says are links between unauthorized immigrants and crime, even opening an office to advocate for the victims of crimes committed by immigrants. But a large body of research has suggested that immigrants are no more likely, and often less likely, to commit serious crimes than native-born Americans. The proportion of unauthorized immigrants in federal prison may be explained partly by the fact that immigration offenses now account for about half of all federal prosecutions, including those for smuggling people into the United States, illegally entering the country and illegally re-entering the country after being deported. The report proves one thing only: the administration will take any opportunity possible to twist facts to demonize immigrants, said Tom Jowitz, the vice president for immigration policy at the Center for American Progress, a liberal think tank. The vast majority of immigrants in federal prison are there for crimes that only immigrants can be charged with: illegal entry and illegal entry after removal. When you cook the books, you shouldn't pretend to be surprised by the results. The report, which offers a statistical sketch of people in federal custody at the end of the 2017 fiscal year, is the third released by the government since Mr. Trump issued an executive order in January directing officials to collect data on the immigration status of federal inmates. It said that 24,476 of the 185,507 inmates in the Federal Bureau of Prisons system were not citizens, with 92% of those in the country unlawfully, and that 97% of the 13,081 confirmed non-citizens held by the Marshals Service, typically people awaiting trial, were in the country unlawfully. Officials were still investigating the immigration status of 21,209 other foreign-born people in federal custody. The report did not specify which types of crimes the foreign-born inmates were convicted of, but senior administration officials said future reports would include such information. In the meantime, they pointed reporters to data from the United States Sentencing Commission, which they said indicated that non-citizens were convicted of offenses related to immigration, money laundering and drugs at a disproportionate rate along the southern border. Drug-related prosecutions tend to cluster there because of trafficking activity involving the Mexican cartels. But scanning the records of immigrants in federal custody can yield only limited information at best. State and local prisons and jails hold approximately 90% of the country's total incarcerated population, according to the Justice Department, and the vast majority of violent crimes such as murders, assaults, and rapes are prosecuted at the local, not federal, level. Mr. Trump's executive order also directed his administration to gather data on immigration status from state and local facilities. Federal officials have not yet formally requested such statistics, senior administration officials said on Thursday, but obtaining the numbers is likely to be complicated. Local officials in liberal-leaning areas known as sanctuary cities have already resisted helping federal agents arrest unauthorized immigrants or otherwise cooperating with federal immigration enforcement.